Howdy folks, it is, what the hell day is it? I think it is Monday, June 17th. 6:03 p.m. is the time. And the temperature is a nice 29 degrees Celsius, although I think it's feeling a bit warmer than that with the humidity factor. I see Wesley in the chat, Harjot, Gertej, Mary W, Greg, Elvis, our buddy, Jesse Cohen, Sebastian, Stephanie, I Like to Walk, Aiden Thompson McGuire, Daniel, Barry, Jet Fischler, Wesley, John Burke. Welcome to a Monday evening live stream. There I am, we're sitting on a very, very noisy Yonge Street here in North York. Mark Lang is here. Hi, Johnny, from a cold Melbourne. Ice on the car windscreen this morning. Julie is here, working but lurking. At some point, I'm going to have to stand up and get walking. Marge is here. Hello. Thyri Griffin, Michael Collins, Sand Dollar Yacht Shaders. I guess at some point we gotta stand up. It's been about a month since I've been up in this neighborhood. I didn't really have any ideas, so I hopped on the subway, came up north. And just before we get moving, just a reminder to hit the like button. It does help, or dislike if you don't like it, either way. And if you want to participate in the chat, you do have to be subscribed. There's a lot of friendly chatters in this community. And hit the bell if you want to be notified when I go live next. I'm thinking that might be, when would that be? Maybe Wednesday morning? I don't know. I just make it up as I go. This is my first time actually stepping foot outside today. I don't count being on my balcony, but they are calling for a heat warning all week. Angel Muis says, hi, I love these walks. Glad you enjoy them. And North York is north of Midtown. The subway runs along line 1 here. There's 2 more stops until I get to, or 3 more stops if you include Sheppard, until we get to the end of Yonge Street, or the end of line 1. Hi, Johnny. Nice day today. I think some might say it isn't as nice since it's so damn hot. Kevin Hawthorne is here. Sugar counts the balcony. I don't count the balcony. I'm just trying to get my 10,000 steps in. Maritimer says there's a heat warning all the way to the East Coast. Billy T. $5 super chat. Billy T, thank you so much for the fiver. Much appreciated. Billy T is on the board. This is Yonge and Sheppard. We're in the Willowdale neighborhood. Toronto Yardie just finished watching my Dufferin walk today. Which one? Oh, Dufferin Grove, the one I posted this morning. Geez, it's 6:07 p.m. and I'm regretting not putting on sunscreen. I didn't wear my sunglasses either. But at least I wore a hat, I guess. And that's a look to the east along Sheppard. About a month ago, I did a live stream that started in Midtown Toronto and finished up on Sheppard, going all the way to IKEA. And that's a look west on Sheppard. All right, let's get moving. Darren Ross is turning 43 weeks on Saturday. Happy birthday in advance. Sorry, that's Angela. Where you are, it's 22 degrees and you're coming to Toronto in August. Bring some of that nice cooler weather with you. Yep, the LCBO might go on strike. I've got enough bottles to carry me through that. But I am out of beer. Maybe I'll pick something up on the way home. There's the Yonge and Sheppard Center across the street. Mark D, it is alternating between being too hot and kind of nice with the breeze. And there's a Paris Baguette. I used to go to that place when I lived in Seoul. It's really weird seeing them all the way over here now. And I think there's one opening up in Yorkville. But there used to be a movie theater over there. There's a Five Guys. Maybe I'll go to Five Guys at the end of this. It'll give me more of a reference point to compare Shake Shack to. We all complaining about it being hot, but we'll miss it in January. That's true. Although this is reminding me of the heat in Bangkok. It's not like a pleasant kind of heat when there's no breeze. There's plenty of places to stop and have a seat in the shade. That's a Government of Canada building right there. Michelle Gray says it's overcast and 12 in Calgary. Am I going to do a Five Guys review live? I don't really review stuff. Maybe like an e-bike. I doubt I will eat on stream. Lisa is here. Hello, Lisa. IDM says it's 29 in Montreal. Yeah, someone was saying this heat wave is the whole eastern half of Canada, pretty much. Well, the eastern half more to the south. That GO bus is going all the way to Milton.
Thank you for purchasing your phone.
Donald says if I can handle Bangkok, I can easily handle TO. Well, this streaming gear handled the heat in Thailand pretty well. If I was streaming with like the iPhone here, you'd be flirting with it overheating when it gets into the high 20s. This is the side of the street to be on here. Oh, I'm gonna do one thing here. I'm going to we had a few connection hiccups. Okay, hopefully that sorts them out. If the stream does die or anything happens, I will bring it back to life. There's a new-ish Galleria supermarket. That's a Korean chain. ATO says, oh my god, he's in my end. I wish I was there. I don't know if the word goat applies. Alright, we're gonna try something here. If the stream dies, just give me a minute and I will it back to life. Just one sec. Rogers on the right on the S24 Ultra, Bell on the left in the iPhone 15 Pro. Rogers 537 down, looks like 97 up. Bell 245 down, 36 up. Alright, just checking the speeds and reconfiguring things, but hopefully that fixed any woes we were having. How hot is it right now? It's 29 apparently. But it's nice here on the west side of Yonge Street. Gaby says, but it feels like 35 with the humidex. It was probably worse than this earlier in the day. I was at home watching BBC's Planet Earth 3 on the couch with the AC blasting. And I started watching this trashy reality show called MILF Manor. The name popped up in my feed. I was like, what is that? So I clicked it. I'm not going to say how far I got into it or if I'll keep watching it, but hey, that was my Monday afternoon. There's a pizza libretto. They have one of those in Greektown. I haven't been to any other locations. I've been to a Cafe Landwehr before, the one in the financial district. Davy Bear says, I like your SWAT hat, Johnny. Also, the Alaska Ferry skipper wears one of those. Most people don't know that, but this is the Alaska Marine Highway Spot Start. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you. I bought this hat at a dupe market in Pattaya, Thailand, of all places. Julie says John Oliver was showing clips from MILF Manor last night. Amanda says MILF Manor 2 is filmed near Barrie. The first one is in Mexico, at least the first episode. Oh, there's an ambulance working its way south here. Let's just make sure it doesn't need to turn here. None of these other lemmings stopped to think that might happen. There's the Meridian Center for the Performing Arts. Survivor was watching Fubar. He found out it was partially filmed in Toronto. I saw it a long time ago. I never made that Toronto connection. Lisa figured I'd be out for a rip on the scooter today. I think tomorrow I might get out and do that review and ride of the GoTrax GX2. Tomorrow feels like a scootering kind of day. Monday's more of a lazy day off kind of day. There's a food truck. Let's head into North York Civic Center for a minute. It's nice and shady in here. Back when North York was a city of its own, this was where City Hall was located, in that building straight ahead. The mayor was Mel Lastman, who went on to be the first mayor of the amalgamated megacity of Toronto. His family also had a chain of furniture stores called Bad Boy that recently went under. And I think they scammed a lot of people on their way out. What is this anime looking thing? We got table tennis. Butthead says Toronto needs snow ASAP. Does it? Mike Landry, $2. Mike says, hello, Johnny. Hello, Mike Landry. Thank you for the $2. Hope all is well. All right, we're gonna head back up into the shade. Cute fox. Is that a fox? Tester says I have chapped lips. I don't think so, but I have a hat that always makes itself crooked. I do not intentionally wear it this way. I just put it on and then it just kind of glides over to the side. There's a lovely view at some construction fencing with a Starbucks behind it. On a stream back near the end of last year when the channel rolled over 100,000 subscribers, I think a viewer, not Jellybean, but someone else beat her to the punch. Ordered a drink from that Starbucks for me. Yeah, the flags are at half-mast. I'm not sure who or for what. Maybe from Brian Maroney's passing and they just haven't raised them back up. Hashtag North York. Or to us old people, # North York. Hope I have a cold drink. I do not. Reading Zach Thong. Leafs are out. Well, that's a obvious statement. I think the Celtics are playing the Mavs tonight. And the Oilers are playing the Panthers. In a few days, there might be no more playoff sports. There's a Starbucks. There's a library in there as well. Dollarama is selling some Sunny D orange and mango for $1.50. Sunny D seems to be about as healthy as Tang. I mean, that doesn't mean it's not delicious like Tang. Can you still get Tang? I haven't had Tang since I was a kid. There's the Marble Slab Creamery, Wendy's, Toronto Dance Salsa. That used to be famous players' Empress Walk. Now it's Cineplex. Is it possible that the Oilers could win? Maybe if they took some of those 8 goals and spread them around, they'd have more of a chance. Google Mog says the Wendy's Frosty is pretty good. Julie says, yes, I bought some Tang a while back to relive the Tang magic. It was horrible. Well, you're supposed to take a piece of bread and make some Tang wipes, Married with Children style. Greetings, David Ing. I don't know if I've ever been in this little courtyard before. It's a gorgeous tree. Joe Bond says, bloody hell, ice cream is expensive. Emo's music channel, $2. Johnny, do you lose subscribers sometimes? Well, thank you for the $2, Emo's music channel. And yes, every day I lose subscribers. Sometimes people click unsubscribe. YouTube also purges inactive accounts and suspected bot accounts. Just like sometimes I pull YouTube up on my phone or TV and it suggests a bunch of channels I have no interest in that I realize I'm subscribed to, so I go ahead and unsubscribe. Circle of life. There's my favorite place, Fruits and Nuts. All they need to do is sell some gum. Sunny D flavored Frosty. I don't know. Sounds like diabetes waiting to happen. David says the Jays are playing the Sox at 7:05. That is true. 34 minutes from now. I'll probably catch the second half of that one. Oh, Survivor, $10. No message, just $10. Thank you, Survivor, for the $10. I see it the same way you get it. Thank you, Survivor. And that is their first ever super chat on a live stream. I've been seeing signs for this new food hall on the left for quite a while. Burro Loco looks like a burrito place. Sub G. Fresh Energy, Spice Island, Caribbean Delight, Just Curry, Momo and Bao. It's good to see it's just not all the usual suspect chain stores. Marcus asks, is the city of Toronto as bad as I see it's described on social media with regard to the social culture wars and local politics? No. Online is a very toxic place to be sometimes. I mean, some things have gotten worse, but they're probably worse across the board. Driving is worse, but I think that's a problem everywhere in the country. Transit etiquette is definitely worse. But in the grand scheme of things, no, don't believe everything you see or read online. Lisa says, Jane's lasagna really hit the spot for dinner, aiming for no heat in the kitchen after 2 p.m. the rest of the week. Yeah, it's not the kind of weather where you want to boil a big bowl of soup or stew, or you're making a lot of heat in the home. Will the fire truck yield to the pedestrian? No, it won't. I'm gonna hang back here so this ambulance can turn. It's not getting its way. I had lasagna 2 days ago. I had lasagna for lunch and then I went to Italy for dinner. In a few years from now, this street will be getting a big improvement. Notice how obnoxiously far it is between pedestrian crossings. I've zoomed in 4 times. I think that is Church to the north of here. And look how far that is to the south, to the next crossing. That is insane. This area has always felt a bit more like a superhighway. But there's going to be a new street design. They're going to be taking away a lane of traffic, adding bike lanes, expanding the sidewalks. It's going to be much more livable. Lisa says their Aperol Spritz are very spirit forward, which I appreciate. Their pizza, I had pizza and pasta, and I had a dessert. You know what? Their food was good. But for what you pay for Italy, like no one brings you bread. They threw the pasta down, then 10 minutes later they asked if we wanted Parmesan. I don't know, I think they are sorely lacking for the price you pay. It's like priced the same as like Cibo or Grazie. You kind of expect bread at an Italian restaurant when you're paying $30 for an entree. I mean, it's a neat concept and it's decent, but it's definitely not the best option for an Italian restaurant. Go to Dimmy. The bread is amazing and the pizza is A++. Hey, as long as they give me bread and balsamic and oil, I will rock that. I'm the guy basically soaking up as much balsamic as I can with my bread. Johnny, when are you going to New York? I have no plans. I was there 3 years ago. $5 meal. There's the Owl of Minerva. Greetings, Kurt Affair. Yeah, I'm sorry. And if you're an Italian restaurant and you're charging over $20 per entree, you better be putting some damn bread on the plate. We're at Church Avenue. where you have to walk literally 100 million miles to the next crossing. Wilson says, where is the next vacation spot? That's a question I haven't answered, but it does involve a flight over the ocean and a high-speed rail trip will be along the way as well. It's looking like 3 different cities at this point. Gertej says Japan. I think I'll reveal it via an Instagram post, and then I'll just spring up and go live. Bill Mikey wants to hear a Dr. Seuss, wants to wear a Dr. Seuss hat to the beach one day. Someone getting an earful of horn. Dave in Bangor, Maine is here. Robert Saberwall. And we are at over 560 viewers. Thank you so much, guys. Just a friendly reminder to like, subscribe, hit the bell, yada, yada, yada. When I was setting up the stream today, YouTube asked me if I wanted to insert ads into it automatically. And I chose no. If you're watching the stream on replay after the fact, there will be ads. But if you're watching live, you should only get an ad at the start of the stream and not during. I think that would be very annoying and kind of defeats the purpose of a live broadcast. Novelkoff says Indonesia has high-speed rail now. If I'm going to Indonesia, I'm going to Bali and probably not Jakarta. I'm really, really looking forward to these Yonge Street improvements in North York. This is an area that has exploded in popularity recently. Dave says YouTube is really pushing ads and cracking down on ad blockers. I think they're starting to experiment with server-side ads. So injecting the ads into the video on their end, so ad blockers will be effectively useless. Men's haircut, $9.99 for senior, $14.99 for adults. Should we go get a haircut? Gertej, that is true. I do have another channel. Johnny, they're going to destroy traffic flow. Good. You should not be speeding down Yonge Street. This is an area with a subway, and it's a high-rise corridor. It is not a road, it is a street. It's insane that there's no bike lanes here already and that it caters so much to vehicles. It's not the most pleasant neighborhood to walk around. So like I said, I'm really, really looking forward to the Yonge Street improvements. Keyword, improvement. Taiwanese fried chicken. That looks pretty good. Marcus says, yes, we need less. We need ad blockers to be rendered useless. You know what? I just subscribed to YouTube Premium. It's a way better deal than any of the other streaming sites or video services you can subscribe to. You get YouTube with no ads. And when you do watch videos, the creator does get a very small cut of it. It's kind of win-win. You also get YouTube Music, which is basically like a Spotify for free included with it. And there's some perks in terms of mobile playback. You can if you do something like this, you can have YouTube playing in a little window on your phone even. I think that's a premium feature, not a free feature. Oh. Sorry guys, I just hit a drop in signal in this area. Hopefully we're back to full strength. Emma Brown says you're too broke to have life without ads. Speaking of that, Bell got me to try their 5 TV out for 2 months. It's really weird having like cable TV. I just do it through the app. But I'm definitely gonna cancel that thing in 2 months. I forgot what watching TV with commercials was like. They also gave me Crave for 2 months. It's kind of sad when I can watch the same content in much higher quality on demand than Crave offers for like $22 a month. I see Tested 123 is from the Neanderthal School of Urbanism. Good luck with that mindset. So we're heading up to Finch. Julie says YouTube Premium is the best. You couldn't go back. Yeah, I like it. As long as it remains reasonable. If they really start jacking up the price, then it's time to look for an alternative way to do it. Sailing the friendly seas, as they call it. Kurt says Apple TV is great, they just don't have enough content. There's too many of them, and they all want like $20 a month. But it's going to be so nice when they turn this into a proper community and chop off 2 lanes of traffic, expand the sidewalks, protected bike lanes. The Yonge Street improvements are sorely needed. Because if you can't tell, it's not exactly the most pleasant neighborhood to walk around. There's too many dickheads going way over the speed limit. Cruelzy Tony says, I see how Toronto is not pedestrian friendly in some areas. Yeah, this is one of them. That's what's really holding this area back. That and the silly zoning laws where it's all single family homes when you go a block east or west of Yonge Street. Sonia says, are you on Yonge? You're at Yonge and Sheppard in a condo. You should recognize this area. We're on Yonge. I started the stream off at Yonge and Sheppard. And when you have bike lanes, you don't have people doing things like that. Have a great night. All right, Dave, you have a great night too. I hope everyone is keeping cool if you're in the middle of this heat wave. There's people from warmer climates probably laughing at us calling this a heat wave, but hey, that's Environment Canada's terminology, not mine. Ove says you have to jaywalk here because the signals are so far apart. Yeah, here's another one. Well, it's not jaywalking actually. You can legally cross away from the signals as long as you're not impeding traffic. But look how far south it is from that crossing to that one up at Finch. It is kind of absurd. So when they fix Yonge Street, there's going to be more pedestrian crossings. But it's absolutely absurd that it's 6 lanes. I think there's someone in the chat pounding sand right now. Hey, there's where I used to work, the North American Center. David says, Johnny, your phone bill must be insane. How much data do you burn monthly streaming live? Last month I burned about 120 gigs on live streams. I have 2 plans, one on Rogers, that's 170 gigs over 2 SIM cards. And that one's about $70 a month. And then I have one with Bell that's 100 gigs for $40 a month. We are on Rogers today. Young Noribong. That's a new sign. Hashi Izakaya, Twister Karaoke. And they'll be expanding the subway north of here. Oddly, with no stop at Yonge and Cummer, but the next stop will be up at the northern edge of the city at Steeles. Wuhan says they're also having a heat wave in Montreal. There's a cool patio, a little noisy from all the cars, but still better. Cruelzy has unlimited data, 100 gigs at full speed for 22 euros. Yeah, we are lagging behind you. And I have pretty good deals. Most people would be paying a lot more than that. 350 shots at Chicken in the Kitchen to your left. I'm assuming those aren't top shelf, but you can't argue with 350. Officer Capaccio is here. Good evening. Liberty Tree called in last night on the Johnny Stumbles channel. I did a segment at the end of the stream where viewers could call in. Liberty Tree calling in from New York City. Staten Island, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, that used to be a wing restaurant, didn't it? Now it's Toronto Persian cuisine. I'm not seeing things right. Didn't that used to be a chicken wing restaurant? Imagine living in a city as populated as Toronto, with an underfunded transit network, and thinking the one thing we should be doing is catering to automobiles. Well, there's someone in the chat who seems to have that antiquated mindset straight out of the 1950s. Curtifer says Toronto, great name. I think there's a Toronto currency exchange just north of here. All right, Claudia. Thanks for tuning in. Ove says Puck and Wings got replaced. That was it, Puck and Wings. And there used to be a John Anderson's over there. It's now a burrito place. Thanks for confirming the Puckin' Wings. Andy Wood says Staten Island has a nice historical area. You saw it recently on another stream. Action Kid, if you're watching, go stream Staten Island. Hello.
We've been waiting for you.
Oh.
She's a huge fan follower. Since the pandemic, she's been following you.
Oh, nice to meet you. Would people know you in the chat?
No. We just watched your video.
Awesome.
Can we have a picture?
Yeah, of course. You have to be on stream though.
Oh yeah, sure. Wait, I'm gonna do a picture. Johnny Stride, guys! Oh, yeah, thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Your names are?
Mel and Pen.
All right. Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to
Awesome.
meet you too. Nice to
Enjoy the weather.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care.
Cheers, friendly viewers. Oh, my hat is not sitting on right. I gotta fix that. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a choice. Do you want to head north up to Steeles, or do you want to head south down Yonge on the other side, down to Sheppard? Whichever one is the more populous, either north to Steeles or south back to Sheppard. Cast your votes. And that is what I will do. I probably should have done this from in the shade. Yonge Street's so ridiculously wide here. It's a very different experience being on the other side of the street. Brad Palmer says south. Sid says Sheppard. Lil Milky says south. Vivian Johnson says south. Do yourself a favor, south? All right. I normally wouldn't do this, but this is one street where it feels like a completely different walk on either side of the street. Whoa, nice driving, asshole. Pedestrian crossing, I'll just wing it right in front of them. Do you have another career outside of YouTube? No. That was a very, very friendly couple. ERB says north, north, north. You know what? I'll come back. We'll do a stream that either starts or ends at Yonge and Finch. And we can head up to Steeles, or we can keep going north all the way up to Richmond Hill. Look at this bus. This is why they need to extend the subway. Can you come argue with me? You can leave your thoughts in the comments. Everyone's entitled to their opinions and free speech. It's all good. Young Salon, Secret Garden Florist. Oh, wow. Those look like some outdoor plants. Any place that looks really curated like that is usually very expensive. But we're gonna head south down the east side of Yonge. Again, we're in the Willowdale neighborhood. An area some might refer to as Uptown. It's crazy that at one point Uptown was Yonge and Bloor. We're at Yonge and Finch. Off to the west of here, there's an LRT getting ready to open up. And I've heard the bike lanes have been completed. Someone just mentioned that in one of the chats. I'm gonna have to get out there, maybe do a video around Jane and Finch and check out the LRT status. Marcus says very noisy city. Well, to quote another YouTuber, cities aren't loud, cars are loud. Oh yes, Sheena called in last night. Longtime channel moderator who lives across the pond in the UK. She was the last call-in on the show. Yeah, Liberty Tree, I've seen that. New York is finally getting a transit expansion, but it's not the one they wanted or needed. At least if the YouTube videos I watch are correct, I think that's the case. Look how unpedestrian friendly this area is. Here's a guy and his kid. Look at this giant strode they have to cross. Sheena says it was fun. It was fun. I think the viewers got a kick out of putting a voice to a name. Everyone who's called in has been super friendly and nice. Drink special. Infused sake, 18 bucks. Doesn't feel like a night for hot sake. Fried bao. Grandpa Thai. I'm trying to think what I'll have for dinner tonight. Jeanette says, I love your accent. Jeanette called in last night. Jeanette dropping a knock-knock joke on me. There's soon-to-boo Dulsop Bop. I've been to this location, and I quite prefer their Koreatown location. cooked. Rogers has not been great in this neighborhood today. I'm watching the stream. There's been some dips. Especially in this area. I apologize for that, guys. Yikes. Come on, Rogers. Get your bars back up. Yeah, Survivor. Sorry, guys. You know what? Maybe we'll switch it over to Bell. Should we do that? Oh, of course I sit down, it gets fine. I'm gonna check the Bell speeds right now. If you're just tuning in, we're chilling in North York. Brad Palmer says Bell it is. That's plenty upload. All right, if it starts choking again, we'll move it over to Bell. Oh, there we go, it just choked. Okay, please bear with me. I'm gonna drop the stream and we're gonna come back. It's gonna disappear for about 30 seconds or so. I apologize, guys. I know we have 670 of you watching, but I'm gonna change connections here. Okay, well that sucked. Let's see, are we back? I could not get the camera to recognize the iPhone hotspot. And we went from 670 viewers down to 90, but thank you to those of you who hung on. We're now on Bell. Sorry about that, but we're back. I know. I was like, what the hell? My iPhone hotspot decided that it wasn't gonna show up. I was searching for it on my camera, I was searching for it on my Galaxy phone, and it was just like, I'm gonna phantom hotspot you. well, we're back. Thanks for sticking it out to all of you who did just that. SG says I'm in North York, a good part of Ontario to live in. More specifically, Toronto. Bucky says, I see you have a soul patch under my lip now. Do I? Greetings, Mark S. Feel like the stream just started. To new beginnings. Speaking of just started, the Blue Jay game just started. This is Churchill Avenue. Lisa says people still sport those, apparently. St. Edward the Confessor, over to the right. Welcome to part 2 of the stream as we go south down the east side of Yonge Street. In part 1, we went north up to Finch and then hopped over to this side of the street, and then Rogers decided to crap its pants. Lisa K is still here from Long Island. Thank you for hanging in. Oh, I wish they weren't playing music right now. I could totally grab a spot and have a cold beer and some food. David says 1-0 Red Sox already. The Jays wasted no time doing their thing. The manager of that St. Louis once invited me in for a meal. I'm gonna have to take him up on that offer at some point. What kind of food there? It's just a wing joint, but a very reasonably priced one that serves up decent food. Carlos says all you can eat wings for $23.99. Yeah, it's one of the few affordable restaurants of its kind where you can go out and get a decent meal, and their alcohol isn't overpriced either. The one in between Eglinton and Davisville has an excellent patio too. And they've got these big misting machines on it, so you can keep nice and cool. Sheena Roberts, Vivian Johnson still in the chat. Thank you for dealing with that hiatus and sticking through. That building in the middle looks kind of disproportionate. It's like this little squat office building flanked by much bigger condo towers. Oh yeah, this stream is in 480p for some reason. To quote Hank Hill, what in the hell? I have no idea why we're in 480p. That's Let's see if I can fix this. Live stream. All right, I'd hate to do this to you guys, but I'm gonna dip out of the stream again and come back. I'm gonna try to fix this connection problem because we're stuck in a really low resolution. This is cursed, but thank you guys. We'll be back, I promise you, within a minute. Yeah, for some reason my stream flipped over to 480p. I've got it back in 1080p. And the iPhone hotspot once again disappeared from the face of the earth. My camera couldn't find it. All I did was disconnect to bump the resolution, and then it could not find the hotspot again. Apple, your hotspotting is ridiculously bad. David Inc. says 2-0 Sox, still in the first. Thanks for the update. And thank you to everyone who stuck it out during the intermission. If you're watching the replay, you might be wondering what happened since it's going to cut those skips out, but we are up and running and walking south again. Some of you have 720. You should have 1080. Oh well, we're not gonna... Let's see. Quality, advanced. Oh. We're in 1080. As we continue south down the east side of Yonge, Deborah says, am I back? Apparently. That's it though. No more disconnecting and losing the stream. We had almost 700 viewers when I started having connection issues. It's all good. I don't blame people for leaving. They're like, who is this amateur who can't keep his stream running? What kind of goober is this? There's dried nuts and fruits. Mark D blames Kurt. Yes, Roger's internet is amazing. But welcome to a hot and humid Monday night. I don't know, I think user error is always part of the equation. Lisa, $5 sympathy super for the amateur. Thank you, Lisa. Much appreciated. My amateur self has got things back up and running. There are ways to prevent this from ever happening. You can get what's called a Bella box. You can get a live view backpack. But those require giant batteries and literally driving around with a modem, or walking around in this case. I prefer simple, but oh well.
my niece, he says it hacks. How much?
Here's Wendy's. HBO original, The Regime. Only in super low quality on Crave. Kurt Affair says more connection issues than a speed dating event. I need a Starlink. We're good, we're good. We're good from here on out. If we're not, I'll just, I don't know, go for a long walk. Cam says yellow Wendy's is greater than red Wendy's. I'm thinking what I should pick up for dinner tonight. I picked up Chipotle last night. I went for 3 tacos. This should be a commercial for Rogers. In fairness to Rogers and Bell, not everyone does what I'm doing, walking around with an upload at 1080p. A lot of people stream, but the upstream is a different animal from the downstream. Chris H says Five Guys. There's a vote for Korean food. Lisa's having leftover lasagna. Go for shawarma. Ooh, combo 1 at Fresh Burger. Fries and a drink, $12.95. That looked pretty dang good. There's a keg. Maybe I'll just have a smoothie for dinner. Fluffy Bunny asks, how long has my mom been in Canada? Ooh, I don't know, 60 years? Bloodhound says Fresh Burger is good. Chris Mill says no ovens today. No ovens all week. Okonomiyaki, says Todd Fuller. Bob Bomb had a double Big Mac. Supposedly it's too much meat for Americans. You might have the best name out of anyone, Bob Bomb. APE says Greek food. I wish Massini was still at Yonge and Eglinton. Yeah, Kevin, there is a Cactus Club opening at Yonge and Sheppard. That seems like an odd location for it. Maybe that's just because I've only ever known the one in the financial district and not their Vancouver locations, but it's always struck me as kind of a corporate-y place. I only ever went there when it was on the company dime. It's kind of like the Earls in King West. To me, that's a place I associate with like the work crowd. People Instagramming. Cam says Blaze Pizza. There's an idea. Is it too soon? I had pizza on Saturday night. Jelly Bean, I have not, but I've seen it. It was lined up. quite a bit. Henry was pretty excited for that place.
I said that a year to 2 years, he has to move on. He has to leave.
I don't know, maybe I can catch booster juice while it's still open. Curtis Ferris's Domino's. Something ice cold, but will also serve as a meal. Is sounding pretty good. Cam says Saturday was a long time ago. Christos, I've noticed that. I did, George. I was in New York City 3 years ago. I met Action Kid. I did a video with him and I appeared on a few of his live streams there. I didn't do any recording myself. I was treating that more as a vacation. It had been so long since I've been to New York City and I wasn't there a very long time. There's a new addition. Uncle Tetsu. When that first opened up downtown, that place was lined up around the block. Yes, I was contemplating picking up some Uncle Tetsu there. I like this name, Got Bop, Korean rice bowl. Bop is how you say rice in Korea. If you would just say Bop Hanata Juseo. I don't really remember, it's been so long. There's Iwa, there's a popular Korean bar across the street. Fluffy Bunny loves katsu. I'm not so big on the frozen stuff, but the fresh made stuff I quite like. One of my favorite Korean restaurants called June's, who also had a location in Koreatown, used to be across the street, and that was an excellent place to get cheese dakgalbi. All right, there's Basil Box. Five Guys. Yeah, we walked by a Paris Baguette. All right, Devin, take care. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Perfect. There's Blaze Pizza. I've heard good things. I've never been. They have a location down at Yonge and Dundas. Lisa K. Beecham, $1.99. Appreciate your stream tenacity. Tenacity, tomfoolery, incompetence. But thank you, Lisa. Sorry if it's Lisa or Liza, L-I-Z-A. But thank you so much for the $1.99. I'm sure I will be mispronouncing your name in future streams if you come back. There's Blaze Pizza. Scan to view our menu. Blaze is good. They have an unlimited toppings option. Excuse me, I will have all of your toppings. Just put them on the side. No, all of them. Not one of each. Literally all of them. There's a McD's and a Taco Bell across the street. We have made it to where Strode meets Strode, Yonge and Sheppard. This Toronto man's looking for dinner. Toronto man's is thinking he might go for a smoothie. I did not marry W. But people do keep mentioning that that is a must try. Where's Taco Bell? Taco Bell is straight ahead, just on the other side of that KFC. Gertez used to eat Taco Bell. You still do, but you used to too. Yeah, and I stupidly wore heavier shorts than I should have. If this heat wave keeps up, I'm thinking maybe Wednesday morning we'll stream. We'll try to beat the heat a little bit and get out a bit earlier in the day. And there's the look north up Yonge Street. Kramer walked through Willowdale earlier. All right, we started this stream over there. Let's head over there. Reading some chats. You saw a shadow of a person walking with a camera in their hand. Guilty as charged. And we've made it to the south end of Willowdale. And here's where we started. So I apologize for the few connection issues. One was Rogers being bad, and then my iPhone 15 Pro, being the piece of trash that it is, wasn't broadcasting its hotspot, despite the fact that I had clearly enabled it and then turned it off and re-enabled it. Heinzel asking if I'm gonna get Shake Shack for dinner. Negative. Christina found a condo in Spadina for $310,000. Was it 100 square feet? Kyle says I'm in his hood. Awesome. But we're just gonna chill here for a minute or two and listen to the annoying sounds of automobiles. Mark D says a few connection issues. Yeah, we had 2. How many steps just now? There's a question. I could go to IKEA and get some hot dogs for dinner. I am... Oh, my watch just went off, but I'm at 7,700 steps. Not a lot. I might not even finish the day off at 10,000. But I want to thank everyone who tuned in. I want to thank our mods for their good work, channel members, Patreon supporters, and just everyone who viewed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm probably just going to go home and make a nice cold smoothie. But I'm going to hit the LCBO on the way home and stock up. But thank you so much, guys. Probably going live Wednesday morning. I don't normally announce my live streams ahead of time, but I'm thinking Wednesday morning. All right, thank you so much. Vamos bus. All right, I normally say stay warm, but I guess stay cool. And I will catch you out. The what? Yeah, my brain is fried. I'll catch you on the next one. All right, guys. Yoink.